Hey everybody, it's Mark Vogt with VOGTLAND Outdoors, and I'm at Knock and Feather archery supplies and shooting range in the south side of Aurora, Illinois. Wonderful bunch of guys. I'm at their 20-yard indoor facility, and it's the day before competition. It's not going to be any time to warm up tomorrow. It's at 7:30, an hour away. It's going to be -12. What I've been shooting at over there for the last hour, I've been simulating a shoot. What tomorrow is going to be like. It's going to be 20 ends times 3 shots each for a total of 60 arrows, 600 possible points. And I've been looking for cures for my target panic. One thing that's actually been working pretty well, I didn't bring a stand for you guys to watch. What's been working is not trying to avoid what that yellow is. It's trying to redefine it in my brain. What I've been saying that seems to be working the last 5 or 6 ends is to look and say, that's not a yellow target, that's a little yellow duck. It's a little yellow bird, a little yellow bird. And it changes instantly the way that I think about it. I'm a little tired, been shooting an hour, probably shot 100 arrows so far, but I'm gonna go and shoot 3 right now. I'm gonna put the camera on pause. I'm gonna go shoot 3 and we're gonna see how I do. Where just before I draw, I look at the target and I say, that's a little yellow bird. And that's how I try to think about it. And I find myself able to put the tip of the arrow on the yellow and then do a release. So let's see how I do. I'm gonna pause. Okay, I just shot. It's not horrible. No yellows, but no whites either. That's what we're trying to avoid. The jerk that ends up with a 0. So that what we're getting, you guys will see, you're gonna see all the arrows that I started off. I'm jerking all around. You see the whites. There were a lot of 0s to start, and then I slowly brought it in. You'll still see the vast majority of my shots are 7s. They're all in the blues. But then, and only the occasional yellows. But since I started telling myself, it's a little yellow bird, it's a little yellow bird, I'll be damned if suddenly the blues have started turning into reds. I mean, look at what's happening. Suddenly, all of these blues are coming in like this. The shots that were blues are now coming into the reds. And I'm seeing a lot more reds. I'm gonna pause again. We're gonna go shoot one more time and take a peek at it. This is cool. This is actually turning out pretty cool. I totally forgot to bring you guys down. What I'm gonna do is run out to the Jeep, get my tripod, and I'm gonna set up off to the side of the target, looking straight over at it. And you guys are gonna get to see the shots come in. So I'll be right back. Okay, got my tripod. Got my tripod, and I'm going to be setting up right here, hiding behind this post. That's me shooting down there. Let me pause the phone for a second. Okay, there we are. Filming at 20 yards. I'll be shooting from down there. The exercise is all about not looking at this yellow and saying it's a target that I should be panicking about, that it's a little yellow bird that I'm trying to hit out in the woods. I'm surprised at how effective that seems to be. That it's making me think differently. So let's go shoot. Getting set up. My bow in hand. Choosing my gap. Ready to go. I'm looking at that target now and I'm saying it's not a target. It's a little yellow bird. It's a little yellow bird. Yellow bird. It's a little yellow bird. Not bad. It let me look at the yellow without being scared of it. By thinking of it as a little yellow bird, my hunter brain, not my target shooter brain, starts to kick in, I guess. And I can actually do that. This is me just being a little excited. I'm gonna pull arrows, we're gonna shoot one more time, and then I'm gonna show you how you shoot when you're in a lane in competition, just to wrap up this particular lesson. How's that for a quick cure for target panic? Wow, you just need a new metaphor, you need a new model, you need a new thing to think about. It's a little yellow bird. That's a little yellow bird. That's a little yellow bird. Not quite yellow, but it's there. I'm okay with that. I'm gonna go okay with this. I'm tired, I shot 100 arrows. I'm gonna take you guys back. I think we've got something that can help people that are looking for, everybody's looking for cures for target panic. This is just another one. Stop thinking of it as a target and tell yourself it's something else. It's a little yellow bird. And that seems to do the trick. Just to wrap up today's YouTube video, I don't know if I'm gonna end it tomorrow by going to competition and then trying to videotape a little bit. Maybe I will. But I wanna show you what it's like to try to shoot in lanes. Here we've got a bunch of lanes that we can shoot about 6 across, it looks like. Which means this is all the space that you get, guys. It's right here. That little spot right there. So what I'm gonna do is show you how to knock everything, how to knock your arrows all vertically. Here's what it looks like. I've got my bow holder, it's on the ground and it's sitting there so the top is backwards. That always makes it a lot easier to pick up and to shoot. Don't put it behind you. You're going to be picking it up, swinging it around to get onto this side. It goes down in front of you, tip. The top end goes backwards because that's going to be the easiest way to pick it up vertical. Then what works for me, barebow, you'll see guys try to slide things down because they've got, I don't know, they've got something that holds it in there so it doesn't fall. A far easier way is to hold it in your left hand, take your arrow, cross over, come in here and with the back of your hand, push backwards. I'm still holding onto it, I lay it on the shelf. That's a whole lot easier, a whole lot more compact, it stays right inside here. Then you grab your bow underneath here momentarily, change your hand. Now you're ready to shoot. Tip the bow down, choose your gap, 3.5 fingers for me. Then get ready. I don't see a little yellow target anymore. I don't see a little yellow target anymore. I see a little yellow bird. I see a little yellow bird. I see a little yellow bird. Two reds and a blue. I'll be okay with that if I shoot that consistently tomorrow. Given how much practice I do, yeah. The rest of it, getting in here, is almost as much about conditioning as it is about overcoming target panic. But you can see I'm obliterating the red and the blue over in this area. Very consistent all the way around. The fact that I'm spreading back and forth initially, and not hitting yellow, not even like randomly, there's your sign of target panic. When you see an empty yellow circle, but you see a lot of stuff that's really close, it means somebody's going like this and trying to control it. That's a really good clue if you ever want to inspect somebody's target and try to say what's happening. This is warm up. This is still warming up, but this all the way around with hardly anything in the yellow, yeah. Very indicative of target panic, anywhere but the yellow. And then I slowly started to draw it in on the red, tighter and tighter, that it shows a sign of starting to control it. And then I started getting a few genuine bullseyes, not random. They weren't luck, they were deliberate, but I was able to keep it all together. I'm gonna leave this here. Wish me luck, you guys, tomorrow. I'm probably going to be talking to you at 5 o'clock in the morning on the way out to Kishwaukee. It's going to be 12 degrees below zero here. Oh my God. You guys see that number right there? -7 outside. This is a dangerously cold morning. Okay guys, here we are, Kishwaukee Archers Club. -12 degrees. 3 other cars here with me. I think I get to go in shortly. I think we start at 7:30 and it's 6:54, so I'm headed in. Don't know if I'm going to be able to film in there, so wish me luck. See ya. Here we are at the halftime. We just did 10 ends, so 30 arrows. One person calls out all the numbers on a target, and the 2 scorers actually call out 10, 9, 9, 9, 8, 7. For me, 8, 3, 1, over and over again, something like that. And they enter it all in, and that way you guys get to see it all live, which is pretty cool. So if you go to the website for ITAA, and you go and find today's competition, you'll see this happening in real time. You guys in the UK and overseas, or 6 hours later, you can come and watch the scores. Go look for me. I'm in men's masters, BAREBOW. Anyway, I'm still working the excess energy off, but we got about 2 minutes left before we go back in and do the second round of 30. So we'll see you guys out there. Bye. Okay, end of first competition. It was a lot of fun. It's still -12 outside. There's a fair amount of camaraderie here. There was a lot of fun for those. Hey, see you, Dave. You shot good. A lot of camaraderie here. For those of you that are new archers, but you're hesitant to compete because you don't know what you're going to encounter, you know, the mean girl syndrome, stuff like that, it doesn't happen. There was a girl that had a bow malfunction here. They stopped the clock for her. Somebody went and got a wrench to try to help her fix her gear. She ended up making the correct fix. She got up there all by herself as a result of somebody happening her, nailed a 10. So everybody wants you to shoot your best score because it doesn't mean anything if they did something to try to impede your score. That doesn't shine on them. That doesn't make them better. They're all about trying to do the best they can when you're giving your best as well. And I had a couple of solid bullseyes. I still had like 5 or 6 complete misses, meaning you're on the white of the paper, but you're outside of the points. You got to concentrate, and it takes conditioning to do that. So I was satisfied with my score. I came in 255 out of 600, so not even half of the points. We'll have to see where I am in the standings. There's only 3 guys that are in my class, so I'm guaranteed 3rd place. But I had a couple of absolute bullseyes that you saw in the, I took a couple pictures and they're in the video. Absolute bulls, and that's with people watching. You're standing up there, you're the last one shooting, they're watching, and then you nail a bullseye like that. They don't remember the 3 whites that you got in the previous round. I literally had 3 whites, 3, like, it was a 1, a miss, and a 1 on the previous round. They all just went a little high. You're just not concentrating, and then you calm yourself down, and the next one, you end up turning in a really scoring, you know, like it was a blue, a red, and then an absolute bullseye, and everybody was watching on that shot. I was trying to use the whole 2 minutes, the whole 120 seconds. Yeah, I had a lot of fun. I'm going to do this again, and I hope you guys watching this, you look and you say, wow, Mark actually had a lot of fun at this. There's a lot of camaraderie. Everybody starts to feel a little tense after a while. Everybody shoots just okay. Some people had good days. Some people had okay days. Some people were talking about making comebacks from like a meltdown in the previous competition. I heard someone saying that. He still came in with a 532 out of 600. He's shooting compound, so those guys are usually north of 590, believe it or not, out of 600 points. But he was satisfied with a 532, like something really spectacularly bad happened on the previous competition. Anyway, I had fun. I hope you guys enjoyed this particular video. More importantly, I hope you're convinced you can take this method and actually go into competition. That I could take this method, even with target panic, come in and come out with a respectable 255. There were other people shooting today that literally shot outside of their lane. So you get all kinds. Anybody can get nervous and literally not only miss their target, but literally miss their lane on a couple of arrows. It happens. It happens to the kid next to me. Shot completely off the paper, and he's got a recurve bow with all the gadgets on it. Everything, and he still managed to jerk it completely off the paper. It does happen. But they still have fun, and they still come back for more. There's just something that's driving them, you guys. Something that's driving them. That there's something, when you do it right, when people are watching, when you get a good score, you watch people up there, they shoot, and they turn and they look back at the audience. When they know they did really well, they look, and everybody's nodding their head like this. That's kind of cool, and you crave that. You go after it. I know I was. I felt really good when I nailed those 2 bullseyes, and I had a couple more. I had more yellows, but I still jerked a little bit and ended up in the blues and the blacks. I'm okay with that. More practice. I'm going after the 25-meter class coming up next. This is Mark Vogt with VOGTLAND Outdoors. We'll see you out there. Bye. Here's something to think about. Outtakes. Remember I said you need to find something good about your shooting. I just looked at the results. My buddy Dave is currently in the lead in his category, but competition's going to be fierce. He might get nudged out. I'm at 255, but I'm the first one of 3 in my category shooting. So the bright side, the optimist side is technically I'm in the lead right now. Only because they haven't shot. Anyway, I really enjoyed it. Wow, what a day. Look how bright this is. And still minus 11 on the thermometer. Bye. There's something that didn't get said, and it's this. When you go into competition and you have a less than stellar round, it doesn't mean that you've been definitively weighed and measured and found wanting. Like that wanting is forever and it's permanent. Don't think that way. Think it's just one test that's slowly refining you into the best archer that you can be. So accept whatever lessons you get out of today, out of your first competition, and tell yourself, this isn't your last competition. This is your first competition. There's going to be more. And embrace the process of becoming the best archer you can be. That's what I wanted to tell you. See ya.